Nobody who knew me 25 years ago would have predicted this. Learning didn't come easy for me. I struggled in school, and in the sixth grade, I remember being held back. And if someone had told you that version of me, that one day I would become Dr. Edwin Brown, earn a PhD, write books, launch businesses, and help doctoral candidates complete their dissertations, I wouldn't have believed them. But here I am today. And if you're watching this while struggling with your own dissertation, questioning whether you actually belong in your doctoral program or feeling like a past struggle somehow disqualifies you from your future, I made this video for you. Welcome to QualiCoach. I'm Dr. Edwin Brown, founder of QualiCoach and a 14-year veteran of the United States Navy. And I'm currently pursuing a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling while helping students like you navigate qualitative research. And today I'm sharing a little bit of my story from a kid who was held back in school to becoming Dr. Brown. And not knowing because my story is extraordinary or anything, but because I want you to see that persistence can change the trajectory of anyone's life, and yours included. So let's get started. So I grew up in a small town in West Texas, and school was difficult for me. The learning didn't come naturally. I struggled academically, and eventually I was held back in the sixth grade. And if you've ever felt like you're falling behind, everyone around you seems to have it figured out. I understand that feeling. For me, it was embarrassing. It made me question myself, and being held back did something to my confidence that took years to undo. I started to believe I just wasn't a school person, that learning was something other people were naturally good at, and I wasn't. But here's what I did that I didn't realize then. Everyone's journey unfolds differently. And sometimes your timeline simply looks different than someone else's. And that's not failure. That's just your path. Now let's talk about what changed that, because the turning point wasn't in the classroom. It came through searching for direction. And as I moved through my teenage years, I still carried that same quiet belief that I wasn't capable. And I got by. I finished school, but I didn't yet see myself as someone who could achieve much beyond that. And notice the difference. I wasn't failing at the point in my life. I just didn't yet believe in what I was capable of. I needed something that would challenge me to grow, something that would show me, not just tell me, what I was made out of. And coming up, I'll share the decision that changed everything for me, if you just stay with me. Joining the Navy at 18 years old, I joined the Navy, the United States Navy. Looking back at that decision that changed everything, the Navy gave me something I desperately needed. It gave me the discipline, the structure, and purpose, and the responsibility. I served for 14 years as a culinary specialist during the time I was in the Navy and traveled the world. I met people from different cultures and backgrounds, and I learned leadership. And eventually I became a leading petty officer responsible for training and mentoring sailors. That's where my confidence actually started to build, not in the classroom, but in the Navy, and where I was trusted with real responsibility and proved to myself again and again that I could handle it. And I would say the military taught me something that applies directly to your doctoral journey. Consistency often matters more than talent. And show up, do the work, and improve a little every day. Those lessons stayed with me longer after I left active duty, and they're the same lessons that carried me through every dissertation chapter. And in the next section, I'll tell you about the moment I decided to invest in myself academically and what almost stopped me. And as I discovered education after leaving the Navy, I made a decision I was going to invest in myself, starting with my education. And I say the kid who was held back in the 6th grade was about to go back to school on purpose, and this time on his own terms. And I earned my bachelor's degree in sociology, then my master's degree in healthcare administration. But I still felt there was more I wanted to do. There was more I wanted to accomplish. And eventually I enrolled in a doctoral program in human services. And people often ask me what was the hardest part. It wasn't writing. It wasn't statistics. It wasn't defending my dissertation. The hardest part was believing that I could actually do it and I actually belonged there. A common mistake that at least I know I made was thinking I wasn't smart enough, that somehow everyone else had it figured out and I was the only one struggling. Imposter syndrome is real. There were days I questioned myself, days I wondered if I was even smart enough, and the days I wondered I wanted to quit. But every chapter completed, every revision, and every late night moved me one step closer. And every step reminded me that the sixth grader who struggled to keep up was not the same person sitting in that doctoral seminar. Becoming Dr. Brown, when I successfully defended my dissertation and officially became Dr. Edwin Brown, it wasn't just a degree, it represented years of perseverance. And my dissertation explored the experiences of veterans seeking peer-to-peer support for mental health services after COVID-19. And this topic was deeply personal. As a veteran myself, I understood the importance of listening to lived experiences. And that research reinforced something I already believed. Everyone has a story worth hearing. And earning a PhD wasn't the finish line. It was the beginning of a new mission and helping others navigate their own academic journey. And that mission is what led to everything I do today. And so in conclusion, that's why I created QualiCoach. I wanted to build the kind of resource I wish I had while working on my dissertation. And today, through YouTube, coaching, and my books, as well as templates and the AI research toolkit, something that I just created, I help graduate and doctoral students gain clarity throughout the research process. And my goal has never been to write anyone's dissertation. My goal is to teach students how to think like researchers, because when you understand the process, you gain confidence, and confidence changes everything. If there's one lesson I hope you take from my story, it's this: your starting point does not determine your ending point. I went from being held back in the 6th grade to serving 14 years in the Navy to earning multiple degrees to becoming Dr. Edwin Brown. None of it happened overnight. It happened one decision at a time, one class at a time, and one assignment at a time, and one chapter at a time. If you're watching this and you're struggling with your dissertation, your degree, or simply believing in yourself, keep going. Progress is often invisible until you look back and realize how far you've come. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, and to share this with another fellow researcher. And leave a comment about where you are in your own educational journey. I read every one of them, and before you go, remember, it's a clarity issue and not a capability issue. I'm Dr. Edwin Brown. Thank you.